everybody, and welcome to our first ukulele class resources video. My name is Rebecca Souter, and I am currently a music therapy intern, and this is completed as a project both for my internship and for all of you who are here today. I wanted to provide a space of resources for people who are learning the ukulele or for people who are interested in running some sort of ukulele class. So, welcome, and I'm glad to have you here. The first thing to know about learning the ukulele is that it takes time. Just like learning any new thing, like a sport or training for a race, we're training our muscles to do something that it hasn't done before in the same way. So this is a journey. Everybody is going to move along at different speeds. If you have lots of experience with other stringed instruments, it might come a little bit more naturally than someone who hasn't touched a string instrument before. It's going to take time, but every bit of progress counts. It may take longer than you hope to play a song, but you're getting there, and I believe that all of you can do this. So we're going to start and go over some details of the instrument itself and then some terms. So this is a concert-size ukulele, and I really love this size. It's a little bit bigger than what a soprano is, which are the little tiny ones that you often see in Hawaiian videos. And then you also have a tenor and a baritone, which are the next two sizes that are bigger. But let's go over some terms. If you want to pause the video at this point to take a screenshot or just look over the terms, feel free to do so, but I'll talk about it in just a second. This is our ukulele, obviously. This part of our ukulele, kind of this pear-shaped section, is called the body of the instrument. We have a sound hole in the middle and of course our 4 strings. Down here we have our bridge of the instrument, and then this part up here is the neck. So this whole section is called the neck, but the front is the fretboard. If you're looking more closely and you see each of the individual lines and bars here, the section between each of those bars is called a fret. So, coming from the head of the instrument, this is the first fret, the second one is in between the first and second bar, and so on. So fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, fret 4, and so forth. So, as you are learning the instrument, I might say, put your finger in the 3rd fret on the bottom string. In that situation, you would go right here, and you would be playing a C chord. In addition to these parts of the instrument, we have the tuning pegs up here, which are going to be very important as you're learning to tune your instrument. So your ukulele has 4 strings on it. Starting from the top, it's a G, a C, an E, and an A. If you need something to help you to remember this, you can think of the words, good children eat apples. From the top to the bottom, G, C, E, A. I'm gonna knock this out of tune a little bit a while. And then I'll show you. Yeah, that doesn't sound great. I'll show you how to use a tuner. Most ukuleles, when you buy them, will come with a tuner. Some won't, so if you don't have a tuner, you can either buy one on Amazon, there's many options, or you can download an app. There's lots of different apps with tuning for guitars or ukuleles. Some of them are free, some of them cost a little bit of money. But if you are buying a tuner online, you want to make sure that there's a ukulele option. So on this one, which is a Donner tuner, you can see on the bottom it says C, and as I press the button, it goes through all the different options for violin, guitar, bass, and then on the very end is a U for ukulele. So we'll start with the U to tune our ukulele. So, when you play your first string, this is going to be connected to the first peg, the peg closer to you, on the top of your instrument. So, as you see, it's registering as a G, but it's registering on the left side. That means that it is too low or flat. So in this case, we are going to tighten the string until it hits right in the center and turns green. The next one, C, you can see again it is too flat, so we are tightening until it hits green. Went a little too far there. So we have G and C all tuned up. Now we're going to move to our E. So our E is really far to the right, so this means that it's too high, meaning we need to loosen our string. And we're going to move it down and then tighten it up again. If you have a string that is too tight or too high, oftentimes you want to bring it down below the note and then tune it up, because tuning up is more accurate than tuning down, because as it's loosening, it's harder to keep it accurate than when a string is tightening. And then the same thing here, we're a little bit too high, so we're going to loosen past and then make our way up. So there we go, and we have all of our strings tuned. So the next question is, how do you play your ukulele? When you are playing your ukulele, the neck of your instrument is going to be on your left side. So right now, my left hand is holding the neck of the instrument, and our left hand is going to be the one responsible for creating the chords and putting our fingers on the strings in the right position. Our right hand is going to be at the body of the instrument, and the body will have the flat back facing your body. And so you kind of hold it like this. And so this hand, my left hand, is responsible for all of the movement, and our right hand is responsible for the strumming. To strum your instrument, you can use a thumb, a finger, whatever works best for you. I normally use my thumb and just move it across all of the strings, hitting all of the strings together. The other way that people will often play the ukulele is if they're fingerprint picking, which means you're using a finger or a thumb and picking or plucking one or two strings at a time. So there's two different ways we will mostly be strumming as we're playing the ukulele together. We also need to remember our fingers, which is the last thing I'm going to teach you today before we go. So we don't use our thumb most of the time when we are playing the ukulele. So our fingers are going to be numbered as our pointer finger being number 1, our middle finger being number 2, our third finger, our ring finger, being number 3, and our pinky is number 4. And this will be important when we're learning our chords, so we know what finger to put on what string. So this is just a very basic intro to the ukulele, and I hope that this was helpful, and you can go ahead and see the next video to start learning our chords.